So, a fresh new week has arrived, and here on this channel, that means one thing and one thing only. Every weekend, I post an episode of this series we do called Your Take Not Mine, where I turn to you, the viewers, to give me your hottest NBA takes of the week based on what's going on at the time, and I then choose my favorite submissions and discuss them in a video. This week, the conference finals ended in absolutely wild fashion, as we almost saw the first 3-0 series comeback of all time, only for the Heat to finally put the Celtics away in Game 7, the NBA Finals between the Heat and the Nuggets also got underway, and plenty of off-the-court storylines broke, so of course we have plenty to discuss. In order to submit your takes, I make a community post on either the day of or the day before the video, similar to the one that you see on your screen now, so if you want a chance to be featured in a future episode, be sure to stay on the lookout for that. Before we start though, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. As the 2023 NBA playoffs continue on, PrizePicks is the best and easiest way to play daily fantasy to stay engaged on all of the excitement. All you have to do is pick between 2 and 6 players and the over or under on their projections, and you can win up to 20 times your original entry. Plus, PrizePicks is coming in hot with a promotion where every single day during the NBA playoffs, with the NBA Finals now going on, you need to get in on it as soon as possible, but one user will have a chance at becoming a millionaire. How it works is that one entry placed after 8 AM every day will be randomly selected. Then whoever gets selected will be given a 6-pick flex where the payouts include winning $1 million if all 6 hit, $80,000 if 5 hit, and $16,000 if 4 hit. So you need to act as soon as possible for your chance to be chosen. By going down to the link in the description of this video and using promo code REFERENCE when you sign up, you also get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. Once again, thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. The first take we'll be discussing today comes to us from Alfonso, and he says that the Denver Nuggets are the next dynasty in the NBA because now that they're healthy, they're showing the league just how good they can truly be. The Nuggets are in the driver's seat in the NBA Finals right now, and if we're being honest with ourselves, it's looking like a series that could end rather quickly, with the Nuggets coming out on top. Nikola Jokic is solidifying himself as an all-time great big man, providing the type of offensive versatility we arguably haven't ever seen before from someone his size. Jamal Murray, being back healthy, has taken his team to another level, and after years of being an underrated scoring talent, he's finally getting the credit he deserves. Michael Porter Jr. is emerging as not only a lights-out shooter, but also a surprisingly good wing defender, and Aaron Gordon's defensive impact and athleticism have all contributed to the Nuggets being the best team in the NBA this year. Obviously, this series versus the Heat isn't over by any means, but if they do go on to win it, then the next immediate question for them will be, what's next? The Golden State Warriors, as we all know, were the last legitimate dynasty that we've seen, dominating the entire second half of the 2010s, and they did it with an all-time combination of talent and depth. Steph Curry and Draymond Green, along with Klay Thompson, formed a trio through it all, led by 2 of the greatest shooters the game has ever seen, and a Hall of Fame defender in Draymond. And then, after that trio already had a ring under their belt, they brought in another future Hall of Famer in his prime, Kevin Durant, to help them win even more. Their dominance is so unprecedented, and given the circumstances they found themselves in with the salary cap and the timing, I'm not sure if we'll ever see something like that again. The Nuggets absolutely have a core built to compete in the Western Conference for years to come, but to reach dynasty status, you need to be overwhelmingly above the rest of the pack, which I don't quite believe that they are. I've said this in prior videos, but the winner of the finals always tends to be the healthiest team at the time, and with injuries suffered by guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, Chris Paul, and even Jimmy Butler, who isn't 100% healthy in this current series, the Nuggets were just that. Obviously, they deserve all of the success coming to them, but I don't see them building a quote-unquote dynasty like this take suggests, as there are still a ton of teams right now that are on the brink of winning it all alongside them. The next take we'll be discussing today comes to us from Monster, and he says that the Celtics should just bite the bullet and pay up, giving Jaylen Brown the super max contract extension that he is due for. So one story that has been becoming prevalent in discussions in the media and on social media is the fact that Jaylen Brown is entering the last season of his contract next year, and after that, he qualifies for a monster contract extension that could be worth up to $295 million over a 5-year span. Jaylen Brown is coming off of his best season as a pro this year, where he averaged about 27 points per game, shooting 49% from the field, and was named second-team All-NBA as well. Obviously, Brown is a huge part of the Celtics' present, and ideally, he would be central to their future as well, but as I just said, it's going to cost a pretty penny to make that happen, and there are legitimate reasons to be a bit hesitant to fork it over. Paying Jaylen Brown nearly $60 million annually would make it very difficult to do much else with the roster around him and Jason Tatum moving forward regarding signing free agents, so they would have to believe that they currently have a championship core to do it. They've made it to the conference finals 4 of the last 6 years, with a finals appearance last season, but still have not won a ring, so this is actually a really pivotal spot that they find themselves in. Plus, after having a very poor showing in the conference finals this year, Brown's not exactly carrying positive momentum into these contract negotiations. I personally think that it would be a no-brainer for the Celtics to just pay him and keep their core together, but the issue is that there has been some tension between Brown and the organization for a little bit now, and Brown hasn't exactly been the happiest camper in Boston lately. Ultimately, this will all come down to what Brown wants, because I don't think the Celtics will hesitate to offer the money that he could be worth, but I'd be also equally unsurprised if Brown requests a trade this offseason, so we'll just have to wait and see. And finally, the last take we'll be discussing today comes to us from OJ, and he says that Victor Wembanyama is going to have to turn into more of a forward than a center to survive the physicality of the NBA. With the NBA draft approaching, the allure of Victor Wembanyama is hitting the mainstream, but he's such a unique prospect, nobody really knows what he's going to look like in the NBA until we see it. Wembanyama stands at 7'4", which immediately would make him the tallest player in the NBA. Obviously, you associate height with the center position, and Wembanyama's natural instincts as a shot blocker also make him a viable center, but of course, there is a concern about his ability to guard the best big men in the league like Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid due to their overwhelming physical presence. The difference between me and the person giving this take, though, is that I actually view Wembanyama's ridiculously versatility and overall play style as a massive positive, because Wembanyama can absolutely play the forward positions as well as someone who is agile enough to hang with other players defensively and a good enough shooter and playmaker off the dribble offensively to play alongside centers in lineups. Sure, he'll probably struggle against the top centers in the league defensively, but if we're being honest with ourselves, so do most defenders in general, so I wouldn't let that scare me away from buying into Wembanyama at all. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what you think about the takes discussed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.